The Senate will come to order. Senator Cook for the pledge.
Thank you, Mr. President. Would everybody please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Majors, please call the roll.
Senators Aguilar, Balmer, Baumgardner, Carroll, Cook, Crowder, Donovan, Garcia, Grantham, Guzman, Heath, Hill, Hodge, Holbert,
Says pledge.
John, Johnston, Jones, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble, Martinez-Humenig, Merrifield, Merrifield, Neville, Newell, Roberts, Scheffel, Scott, Sonnenberg, Stedman, Edmund, Todd, Ulibarri, Woods. Mr. President.
Here. 35 present, 0 absent, 0 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Merrifield.
Mr. President, I move that the reading of the Journal of January 27th be dispensed with and the Journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the rehearsed motion, the well-rehearsed motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The Journal is adopted, approved. Senator Scheffel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate proceed out of order for a moment of personal privilege.
You have heard the motion that we proceed out of order for a moment of personal privilege. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. We will proceed out of order for a moment of personal privilege. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you, colleagues. I just want to take a moment. We're going to spend a few minutes this morning honoring some folks here in the chamber. Colleague, thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I just want to take a few moments to welcome Ave Maria Church. Father Gus did the prayer for us this morning, and in a moment we're going to hear a musical interlude by some very talented young students. Ave Maria is one of the bastions of education in Douglas County. It's actually in Senate District 4, and to the good people from Ave Maria, I drive by your fine facility every morning. No matter how I come into town, I have to go by the church and school facility, and just appreciate the good work you do in the district. I've had the privilege of breaking bread with Father Gus. We've spent time together, and he is maybe not known to you, but he's been a good friend and a staunch supporter and just a good ally, and I've appreciated the time I've been able to spend with him. So we are just pleased that you are here. I know that Ms. Loschel, Terry Loschel, the principal, is here, and colleagues, if we might, Ave Maria is an award-winning school. They've had many distinctions over the years and would appreciate your welcoming and congratulating Principal Loschel from Ave Maria. Thank you, Ave Maria, for all you do, and students, congratulations on your hard work and welcome to the Senate.
Senator Hill.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues across the nation this week, we've got not just National School Choice Week, but also National Catholic Schools Week. And as we spend a lot of time this year and every year talking about the importance of education, talking about the need to really meet the unique individual gifts and talents of each and every one of our children, Catholic schools have played an absolutely critical role in that. So it's an honor to celebrate National Catholic Schools Week with our friends from Ave Maria, but also students, families, parishioners around the community. So we want to thank them for being here. Governor Hickenlooper's also issued an honorary proclamation. We have up here celebrating Catholic Schools Week in Colorado, and we did just want to say an extra special thank you for all of us as we talk about education. Thank you for the role that Catholic schools play in having school choice, having opportunities to meet each and every one of our children's needs here in Colorado. So thank you very much for being here.
Senator Neville.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, as a product, I guess the Catholic schools, I'm not sure if they want to claim me all the time, but as a product of many years in Catholic education, I can definitely attest to the value and the opportunity it gave to provide a moral upbringing and also some direction in life. My district is located in the Archdiocese of Denver, and as we celebrate Catholic School Day, I want to let you know that they have an average 97% graduation rate, including the inner city schools. Catholic schools perform the excellent service of educating many Colorado kids across the state. Catholic schools have very high expectations, strong parental involvement, rigorous instruction, and orderly and nurturing enrollment, and over 100 years of experience in educating children. George Weigel recently remarked that Catholic schools are also public schools in the richest, noblest sense of the term. They serve a genuinely public interest, the empowerment of the poor through effective education that graduates citizens, not clients. I'm proud to celebrate Catholic Schools Week and honor those teachers, students, and parents who have dedicated themselves to Catholic education. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. With those comments, colleagues, I would ask that you turn your attention, and we'd request that the Ave Maria Children's Choir grace us with a musical interlude.
Would you grace us with an encore? Colleagues, give it up. Let's get an encore out of them. Thank you for joining us. I think since you're a private school, we can't mandate that you come here every day, but we would sure encourage your return. Done? Committee reports.
January 28, 2015, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 126 be referred to the Committee of the Whole, favorable recommendation. January 27, 2015, Committee on Transportation, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 18 be referred favorably to the Committee on Finance. January 27, 2015, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 54 be postponed indefinitely. January 27, 2015, Committee on Local Government, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 40 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee on Finance with favorable recommendation. January 27, 2015, Committee on Finance, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 25 be referred to the Committee of the Whole, favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 27, 2015, Committee on Finance, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 26 be referred to the Committee of the Whole, favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 27, 2015, Committee on Finance, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 27 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 27, 2015, Committee on Finance, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 28 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 27, 2015, Committee on Finance, after consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 29 be amended as follows and as so amended before the Committee on Appropriations with a favorable recommendation. Senate Bill 47 by Senator Stedman and Representative McCann concerning notification to legislators about the adoption of executive branch agency rules that implement newly enacted legislation.
Senator Stedman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 47 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 47 on third reading and final passage. Are there any no votes? Any discussion? My bad. I was still in consent. Senator Shuffle.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I just wanted to clarify, there were some questions about this bill. This was actually a bill that I'd run a couple of years ago that required notice to committee members in committees of reference, sponsors, co-sponsors, and what had happened. This was for the regulations on a particular bill. It inundated our members with notices of regulation. It actually made the point that we intended to make. I don't know if you remember the discussion from a number of years ago, but had worked with Senator Stedman in his senator from Denver in his capacity as the chairman of Senate Services and staff on this, looking for a way to throttle back so that there weren't quite so many notices being sent out. So just to let you know, I thought this was a good amendment. It still serves the purposes to let us know to the extent that regulations are being promulgated on bills that we've had direct involvement in. And so I'll be supporting this.
Further discussion on Senate Bill 47. Senator Stedman.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I just want to clarify that what this legislation does is it gives each member of the General Assembly a little bit more control over the volume of email from our staff in your inbox. And if you want to continue to be inundated, you may do nothing and you will continue to be inundated. But if you would like to have the opportunity to go downstairs and let the staff in the Office of Legislative Legal Services know your preferences about email notifications, they'll be able to work with you. Under current statute, they are mandated to send these things to you. This bill gives you the option to have a little bit more control over the volume of email in your inbox.
Is there further discussion on Senate Bill 47? Seeing none, are there any no votes? Senator Baumgardner is a no. Senator Marble. Senator Woods. Senator Lundberg. Senator Holbert. Senator Hill. With 29 ayes, 6 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 47 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title of Senate Bill 51?
Senate Bill 51 by Senator Todd and Representative Priola concerning legal recourse for a student who is sanctioned or found ineligible to participate in an extracurricular activity.
Senator Todd.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. And I move Senate Bill 51 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Is there further discussion on Senate Bill 51? Senator Hill.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, we heard this bill in committee. This is a great opportunity for us to recognize we're still a place where we try things, and we have the courage to try something and see if it works. If it works, great, you keep doing it. If it doesn't work, then you stop doing it. And we've got a program here that just wasn't working. It was costing a lot of money, and we've got a great opportunity here to pull it back and say we tried it, and now let's reduce the role of government in this area. So I encourage your support.
Is there further discussion on Senate Bill 51? Seeing none, are there any no votes? With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 51 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Senator Merrifield. Senator Heath. Please add the President. Senator Hill. Introduction to bills.
Senate Bill 127 by Senator Garcia and Representative Dorr concerning tax incentives for agritourism-related activities.
Agriculture, natural resources, and energy and finance.
Senate Bill 128 by Senator Carroll and Representatives Landgraf and Primavera concerning reports to law enforcement by medical facilities with the consent of a victim of a sexual assault.
Senate Bill 128, Judiciary.
Senate Bill 129 by Senator Lundberg concerning preserving the parent-child relationship and domestic relations actions.
Senate Bill 129, Judiciary.
Senate Bill 130 by Senator Gonzalez concerning a credit against the state income tax allowed to a taxpayer who purchased a conservation easement tax credit from a seller where the underlying credit has been denied by the Department of Revenue.
Senate Bill 130, Finance.
Senate Bill 131 by Senator Newell and Representative Pedersen concerning establishing a collaborative between multiple agencies to ensure success for youth connected with the foster care system.
Senate Bill 131, State Veterans and Military Affairs and Finance.
Senate Bill 132 by Senator Todd and Representatives Pedersen and Danielson concerning providing assistance to students regarding higher education funding and in connection therewith including knowledge of issues relating to student-led debt for post-secondary education, the state's personnel finance literacy standards, providing financial assistance to students through merit-based financial aid for academic achievement, and making an appropriation.
Senate Bill 132, Education.
Senate Bill 133 by Senator Lambert and Representative Rankin concerning the compensation report of the state personnel system prepared by the state personnel director.
Senate Bill 133, Finance.
Senate Bill 134 by Senator Jones and Representative Tyler concerning energy cost savings contracts entered into by governmental entities for vehicle fleets.
Senate Bill 134, Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Energy.
Senate Bill 135 by Senators Martinez, Humanic, and John concerning modifications to statutory provisions governing urban redevelopment affecting public bodies in connection with urban renewal projects.
Senate Bill 135, Local Government.
Senate Bill 136 by Senator Hill and Representative Pabon concerning the labeling of retail marijuana packaging.
Senate Bill 136, Health and Human Services.
Senate Bill 137 by Senator Balmer and Representatives Del Grosso and Janal concerning business entities permitted to provide the program of all-inclusive care for the elderly.
Senate Bill 137, Business, Labor, and Technology.
Senate Bill 138 by Senator Donovan concerning funding for the accelerating students through concurrent enrollment program.
Senate Bill 138, Education and Finance.
Senate Bill 139 by Senator Hill and Representative Lee concerning allowing the Safe to Tell program to reveal the identity of a person who makes a fraudulent report and in connection therewith requiring a post-enactment review of the implementation of this act.
Senate Bill 139, Judiciary.
Senate Bill 140 by Senator Todd concerning the regulation of home inspectors.
Senate Bill 140, Business, Labor, and Technology.
Senate Bill 141 by Senator Sheffel and Representative Thurlow concerning the expansion of the eligibility for the state income tax credit to reimburse personal property taxes paid in the state.
Senate Bill 141, Finance.
Senate Bill 142 by Senator Roberts and Representative Pabon concerning a change of state law to make requirements for monies held in escrow for the payment of ad valorem property taxes the same as the requirements for the Federal Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act of 1974.
Senate Bill 142, Finance.
House Bill 1010 by Representatives Kraft, Harper, Nordberg, and Senator John concerning presumption that a trustee has notified a beneficiary when the trustee has adopted a beneficiary notification procedure, and in connection therewith clarifying that a trustee may deliver information to beneficiaries electronically.
House Bill 1010, Business, Labor, and Technology.
House Bill 1021 by Representative Willett and Senator Merrifield concerning statutorily established time periods that are multiples of 7 days.
House Bill 1021, Judiciary.
House Bill 1028 by Representative Kaiser and Senator John concerning repeal of the mercantile licensing standards.
House Bill 1028, Business, Labor, and Technology.
House Bill 1039 by Representative Tyler and Senator Neville concerning the donation of prescription medications by licensed healthcare facilities.
House Bill 1039, Health and Human Services.
House Bill 1055 by Representative Esgar and Senator Grantham concerning the participation of people who are not state employees in the State Employee Assistance Program established by the State Personnel Director.
House Bill 1055, Business, Labor, and Technology.
House Bill 1071 by Representative Kaiser and Senator Hill concerning clarification that following a merger of entities, the surviving entity is entitled to control the pre-merger attorney-client privileges of a constituent entity.
House Bill 1071, Business, Labor, and Technology. Announcements. Nope. Belay that. Message from the House.
January 28, 2015, Mr. President, the House has passed on third reading and transmitted the advisory statutes. House Bill 1029 as amended, House Bill 1017 as amended. The House has adopted and transmits herewith House Joint Resolution 1006.
Announcements. Go ahead. Senator Newell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't know where the other senator is I'm supposed to be doing this with, but today is Nonprofit Day at the Capitol. And so we have in the building, and particularly really nearby that I'm not supposed to talk about, they are watching us right now. Thank you, Mr. President. And I just wanted everybody to know that today they are having a luncheon over, thank you. Then never mind, I will say my bit. So my bit about the nonprofits is we have a phenomenal nonprofit community in Colorado. The Nonprofit Association has 1,300 members. There are 19,000 nonprofits in the state, and expenditures are 5% of the gross state product. Nearly 150,000 employees that represents. So I am very proud to be there today at lunch, to have people on the floor and in the building who have done remarkable things for our state, including work with children, vulnerable populations, the elderly, you name it, the nonprofits cover it in this state, and we're so fortunate to have a very strong nonprofit community. So please join us for lunch.
Senator Crowder.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to let you know the nonprofits are here in the building today. Take a minute and meet them. You know, these are a very valuable asset to the state of Colorado. They're also going to have a lunch at 100 West 14th at the north building of the History Museum. And it's, you know, Art Museum. But you know, they're a very valuable entity to us. You know, we can't legislate everything, but we need groups like this to be basically the helpers and the watchdogs on what is needed out there. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Mr. President.
Further announcements. Senator Kerr.
Thank you, Mr. President. Because a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, and we have certain traditions here in the Senate. I would just like to ask everyone, when you get an extra rubber band at your desk, in your office, please give them to me, put them on my desk over here. For those of you who don't know about our tradition having to do with rubber bands, ask someone who's been around a few years. But please give me your extra rubber bands, and we will complete that 1,000-mile journey this year.
It's a 120-day journey. Senator Lambert.
Thank you, Mr. President. And the corollary of that is wherever you go, there you are. The Joint Budget Committee today will be starting our work at 11 o'clock rather than upon adjournment.
Senator Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, one last reminder tonight at the Governor's Mansion, the business of beer will be the topic. Please come join the bipartisan, bicameral beer caucus. Meet folks from the other chamber and people from this important industry in Colorado. Ask you to be there. It's at the Governor's Mansion this evening, starting at 5:30, and we'll wrap up by 7. Hope to see you.
Further announcements. Senator Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of Ag, Natural Resources, and Energy Committee, we have taken off of the agenda today the sunset, the OCC sunset, so we will solely be doing the confirmation hearings, and that will start at 10 minutes till. 10 minutes till. Thank you.
Further announcements. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, you might want to get out your calendars for future planning. Wanted to let you know that the Senate will be closed. The Senate will be closed on Monday, February the 16th in observance of President's Day. Note your calendars accordingly. And we are going to be leaving the desk open. We're waiting for some committee reports. So, Mr. President, I move the Senate recess until Through all that motion, Mr. President, the committee reports are in, so move the Senate adjourn to 9 a.m. Thursday, January 29th.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The Senate will be adjourned till 9 a.m. Thursday, January 29th.
You don't know that until